Hey everyone, Janet at Paper Rubber. As promised, I am back again. However, this is not the box that I mentioned in my first video this morning. This is one I thought it might come in today, and it did, so I have done this one first. I will still try to get to the other box as soon as I can, but I was really excited to get this one. This is an order from Paper Smooches, and it has been quite a while since we have had anything from them. And this new release is just so fabulous, and I'm so excited to get some of their wonderful products back in the store today. So let me share with you what we got. First thing we got is this cute little die set called Health, and it's really sweet. It has this little Band-Aid, and you can even see it does the little dots on there just like the old Band-Aids used to have on them. It's got a little heart you can put in there. It's got a couple of the breast cancer symbols, and this is another, if you want to pop it up in the center to give some dimension, you can use that square. And you'll notice that this is also scored here, so if you want to kind of fold that and give it even more dimension, you can do that. We also got some stencils in this release. This one right here is called Flourishes. And you can see you get all these different styles of flourishes on there. So many things you could use these for: coming out of a coffee cup, for wind, you could put some together, and I think you could do some flames. I just think there's all kinds of things you could do with this. And if you use the new blender brushes, it is really easy to just pick the parts of the stencil that you want to use. You don't necessarily have to do this whole thing. You can just pick and choose the ones that you want to use on your project. Another fun new stencil is this one called Starry, and it has all different sizes and shapes of stars on them. Especially love this kind of wonky star down here. And here is just a simple example. I'm going to guess, these are some samples they sent, I'm going to guess that the stencil was used with just a fine point marker to trace inside the stars and then watercolored in there, but lots of other fun things you could do with that. And see that really nice sentiment on there? That is from a new set called Inverted Greetings, and these of course kind of give you the label maker look, namely the background is what stamps in your ink color, and then the actual sentiment is just your paper color showing through. And of course these all have that great Paper Smooches style. Their sentiments are, I think, are pretty easy to recognize. They just have a really distinctive style, and I really like them a lot. And there are just some really great sentiments on this one right here. Another great sentiment set is this one that's called Inhale, Exhale. And this is a great set to use for an encouragement card for somebody. Some of these really nice sentiments on here. And these are all pretty large sentiments, so you really don't need to do all that much on your card. Do your sentiment and do a little bit of extra decoration. And the extra decoration on this particular card comes from this fun new die that's called Pattern Builder. And you can see you get all these dies that have all these fun patterns. And you can do like the sample card there is just cut them out of different colors of paper, or this one here is even cut out of a piece of cork, and use those. But you know me, I'm always looking at the negative shapes, and because I love backgrounds so much, I can see doing a fun background and then just cutting all these shapes out of the front of my card and popping it over my background and have a really fun look. Their patterns are not done because you can combine the die with this new stamp set, which is called Patternology. And again, you have these stamps. Some of them you have multiple of the shapes on a single stamp, but you have a few of them that are just single stamps, so that lets you fill in where you would like. Lots of really fun shapes on here. It's fun to do a background with these and then maybe just pop a bold sentiment on top of it, or you can use this really fun die cut sentiment. This sentiment says, "You rock." How fun is that? And that pattern background was actually done with their new Patterns stencil. So we have the pattern stencil, and we have a stamp, and we have a die. And I like that they're not all the same scale, so if you want to mix and match all three of those you can have the same patterns but in different scales, which is always a lot of fun and gives more interest to your project. Let me just show you some additional samples from their website. Here is a really cute sample using the health die with the Band-Aid, and you can see there how they've used that center square and popped it up so it really makes that Band-Aid look dimensional. I love it in those fun colors. And they've used one of the sentiments from the Inhale Exhale stamp set. Here is another one that has a sentiment from that Inhale Exhale set, and they have used the pattern builder dies, and I love how those are all popped up to give it even more dimension. That's really fun. Here is a background done with the Patternology stamp set, and you can see what I mentioned about just doing a fun background with those and then putting on a bold sentiment, and you have a really easy and quick card. And finally, here's just a sample with the Flourishes stencil. You can see here they've used it with the butterfly, and there they've kind of used it like flames with that "You're Smoking Hot" sentiment. And here is one where they have used it and it looks like wind. They've done it there with the clouds and the sun. So lots of fun things that you can do with these. You can combine them together, use them with lots of other things that you have, and so that's why I always really like what I consider these to be kind of building blocks, stamps, and dies and stencils. So hopefully you'll stop by either today or sometime this weekend and check it out. And as I mentioned, I still have a box over there, and I am on my way to open that up and check it in, and as soon as I'm done, you'll hear from me again. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.